The time is 6:58 a.m. Time for another vlog. Happy Tuesday. So as you can see, the snow is melting at a quick pace compared to the last vlog where it looked like we were all buried in. Today was quite warm. I mean, considering. It was like in the 40s. There was lots of fog all day and a lot of snow melt. But apparently there's more snow coming. Like another 4 inches or so tomorrow night into Thursday. So that's just exactly what I'm looking forward to. Not. Tonight there's a hockey game. The Devils versus the Hurricanes. So that should be exciting. Tuesday nights are... Any weeknight is difficult, again, because it's hard to get people to commit. Anything that's on a weekend is a little easier. I can sell it a bit better. So, we'll see. I'll probably, when I get home, I'll probably just post a ticket for sale and see if it sells or not. There's pros and cons to going to a game by yourself. The one thing is you have nobody sitting next to you, so you actually get an extra seat. Now, that doesn't hold true for most cases because people will see that the seat is empty and they'll start migrating down from wherever they are and they'll sit next to me, even though it's not their seat, because I know, because I paid for it. I actually will have 2 unboxings for you guys this week. The one unboxing I should be getting, it says I'll be getting it for Valentine's Day, so that'll be interesting, is this Mophie Helium, which I kind of alluded to in previous vlogs. But I also ordered myself a camera case. Now, I also need to do a video on that. When I originally got the camera, I obviously got a case, but it's one of those it's a case like if you travel or something, where you have everything in the case. It has lots of little cubby holes inside of the case where you can put the battery, the flash, you know, extra items, extra lenses, accessories, things like that, cables, and it all fits in the case and then some. But I want a case where I can just take the camera and not have to take everything else. And I had ordered a Canon one, a hard, they call it a semi-hard shell case, but it didn't fit the case because the lens I have is an 18-155 and it's the zoom lens, so it's a little bigger. So the case that they sent was only for 18-55. So granted, I could have used it for that, but then again, if I'm out and about, I'd probably want to take the bigger lens just so I can catch some better shots. But then I found on Canon's site they have a different one. It's not a hard shell or soft shell case. They just call it a case, a sling. So it's just like a thing where you can just put it in and carry it around, and it's very small. So I actually ordered that, so I'll be doing an unboxing on that and give you guys a first impression on it. Just need something to carry it around so the camera isn't bare. Like if I'm walking around New York City and I'm not taking pictures, well, I don't want the camera to just be dangling around. I want it to be protected by something. Or if it rains or something and you're out and about, if it's in a protective case, it's not going to get damaged. And it was a lot cheaper than the hard soft shell case. So I ordered it, and I should be getting that on Wednesday. Videos on my computer and laptop and printer and some things in the house. I haven't really been motivated to do it yet, because I know when I do it, I'm going to need to do a bunch of editing, and I need to essentially write a script so I don't forget what I need to talk about. So I haven't gotten around to it, but I promise I will get to it soon, at some point. I will do it. I just don't know when I'll do it. Something else that's been on my mind is that my MacBook is running out of hard drive space. Now, if you guys follow me from the beginning, you guys may know that I upgraded my internal hard drive on the MacBook Pro in late December to a 1 terabyte. Well, I've exceeded that capacity. I had to move some files over to my Western Digital Passport, which is an external drive. But I don't like using that as my main drive because the write speeds are very slow, and it's good for storage and accessing, but it's not good for writing data. But regardless, I moved some files over there to free up some space, but I ran out of space on the external drive. So I'm kind of up Blanks Creek until I figure out what I want to do. So a buddy of mine from work, and he was suggesting, why don't you get a solid state drive and make that your primary, and then make the 1 terabyte your backup. I'd have to find a kit that is sold for my particular brand of laptop, because my laptop is a MacBook Pro, but it's from the early 2011 model year, and it actually has an optical drive. So the optical drive, essentially I can remove the optical drive and replace that with this kit to make it a second hard drive. So that actually would be an enticing idea. However, solid state drives are quite expensive. I mean, the largest one I found was about half a terabyte, and they go for about $500. So I don't know if I want to spend $500 on just a hard drive when I could just go buy a whole new computer for that much. But I do like the idea of having a solid state drive and the 1 terabyte, because then I could most likely keep the laptop that I currently have, and it'll actually be able to access data much faster on the solid state drive, and then just move files over when I'm done. So for example, if I'm editing a movie with Final Cut Pro, I can upload all the footage and everything right to the solid state, so it'll read quick. I can edit and render the video, upload to YouTube, and when I'm done, then I can just copy it over to the backup drive. So I'm toying with that idea, but I was running the numbers, and it's kind of expensive still to do that. I mean, even if I get a 1/4 terabyte drive, it'll cost me about $200-ish. And then I have to figure out where to buy this adapter thing so I can remove the optical drive and put the hard drive in. I wouldn't think that would be too much. It'd probably be a couple, $10, $20, something like that. But then I have to figure out how to do that. And then I have to see if it actually works, if it actually makes the laptop any faster. So I've been toying with the idea, as I've been in the past, of just upgrading the laptop, the MacBook, to something better. Problem is that a really nice MacBook would be too expensive for me. I do like the iMac 27-inch because it's the only computer that they have on their site that actually has a pretty modern processor on it and tons of storage, which is what I'm looking for. They still sell the original MacBook Pros as well, and those I could get in a higher capacity, but the largest drive I can get on that one is 1 terabyte. So I was also looking at Windows PCs on the Dell site, and something spec'd out moderately nice is going to cost me about $2,000, which is about what it would cost me on the Apple site. So I'm kind of torn. I really don't want to spend all that money right now. I would like to just upgrade my current computer and just let it go for a little while. I actually may go the PC route, because the PCs would be cheaper. I could get something much more spec'd out for about the same price I could get a MacBook Pro or an iMac or a iMac Mini or whatever. But I don't know, I don't want to have to keep buying computers every couple of years. I want to buy something and have it good to go for a good 4 or 5 years at least, so I can get my money's worth. But we'll see. So I'm at my appointment, so I'll talk to you guys a little later. So the doctor visit was a success, somewhat. Yeah, so she mentioned I have something called adhesive capsulitis, which I knew already because she had told me last month. But essentially what it means is it's frozen shoulder. So she doesn't really think it's something of a surgical thing that I'm going to need or anything, just that I need to keep the shoulder limber, do exercises, range of motion and stuff like that, and that it should heal on its own over time. So there's not really a hardcore treatment for it per se. there's conflicting stories as to how one would treat a patient with adhesive capsulitis. Some say that you should do a lot of physical therapy and it'll get better. Others say, no, don't do a lot of physical therapy because it's going to swell up the area more and it's never going to go away. Since I've been doing physical therapy for like 2 months now, she was of the opinion that I could probably take a break for now on the physical therapy and just keep doing some exercises at home with some muscle relaxers that she had prescribed for me, and see if maybe like a month and a half or two how I feel. I think I even mentioned to her that I would be going. I wanted to go back to the gym and at least do some range of motion exercises with the equipment there, and she said that's fine. Just remember to keep the weights very light, because if I make them too heavy, I can cause more damage than good. So now I'm actually off to the Walmart to update my medical insurance so they can then fill my prescription. Let's go Devils! So it's that time of the evening where I drive to Newark and sit in an arena full of approximately 18,000 people and spend another fun-filled evening. Tonight we're playing Hurricanes, so it should be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to Friday night's game more because it's with the Flyers again. So obviously I am going alone, as I may have mentioned earlier or in other vlogs. Typically weeknight games are difficult to fill a seat for. Look at that sky, it's beautiful. It's like a beautiful evening. Now if it was only a little warmer, although 45 degrees at 5:45 p.m. is pretty warm for this time of the year. But if it was like a spring or summer day, it would be perfect. Yeah, it is getting kind of hectic. And I am here. No traffic at all. So I'm actually here a wee bit early, which is good. I'll be able to stop into the Devil's store and see if there's anything worth interest, and then I can go get me some food and start my fun-filled evening. Come along, why don't you? Very busy. Many stairs. You're on the internet. Say hello.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
The dilemma over French fries.
The Devils goal scored by number 20, Brian Turner. His second of the season, the goal is unassisted.
Yeah, so the Devils lost. 2-4. Hurricanes won. It was close at the end, but then they had an empty net goal, and it just the majority of the game wasn't really that good. I mean, there was some exciting points, but they were quite sloppy and all over the place. So, oh well. I'm home and it's time for bed. I'm exhausted. The Devils lost, and yeah, that's it. So don't forget to comment, like, and share, subscribe to my videos. Check out my website, devilsfan.net, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.